Let me introduce you to my husband, Daniel. He is a pastor, and he's going to share with you how he copes with stress.
Hello, my name is Daniel Guiboche. I'm glad to be a part of Native New Health, along with my wife, Gina Guiboche, and Edward Dunn. And today I want to talk to you about stress. I'm a pastor right now. I pastor in Alberta, Canada. I'm with the native school there. It's called Mamawea Tusketan Native School. And you know, I see a lot of stress on our students there. And so I talk to some of them. And you know, we shouldn't be dismayed when troubles come, when we're discouraged. You know, in my life there have been many discouragements, there have been very many burdens. But if we put our faith and our trust in our Creator, we can handle all those stressors that come our way. And one of the texts that comes to mind is 1 Peter 5:7, where our Creator tells us to cast our cares upon Him. And another text that I like is Isaiah 41 verse 10. And that scripture says that, you know, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. And then he gives us three special promises after that. First of all, he tells us, I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. And the last point, that scripture says, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Let me tell you a little bit of how I handled stress. Before I knew the Lord, you know, I didn't really know what happened at death. And so death to me was a stressor. Death to me, I didn't know how to handle death. But once I studied the Word, once I studied the Scriptures, I began to understand what death was all about. And this really helped me in a tragic event that happened in our lives. Our son was born with congenital heart failure, and at that moment, you know, I began to wonder, you know, what's going to happen to him. But you know, we were lucky. He didn't die right away, but we were able to have him for approximately 7 months. But because I knew what happened at death, I was able to face his death in a lot better way. You know, one of my favorite stories is in the book of Job and how he handled stress. In Job chapter 1, it tells us that he lost everything. He lost his health, he lost his wealth, and even lost family members. But he was able to go through that stress. Why? Because he had faith in God. There are stressors that can hurt us physically, mentally, if we don't take care of them. So we need to give those to our Creator, and He will help us deal with those things. One of the things that Jesus says was, let all the people that have burdens come unto me, and I will give you rest. One aspect of the medicine wheel, of course, deals with our spiritual health. So I'm inviting you today to cast your cares upon our Creator, for He will help you, He will strengthen you, and He will guide you. I'm reminded of a story in the book of Mark, Mark 4, chapter 4, verses 35 to 37, where the Lord there invites His disciples to cross over the lake to go to the other side. And one thing we need to keep in mind with this story is that the Lord was with them in the boat. And guess what happened? A great storm came upon that sea. And the disciples, forgetting that Jesus was asleep in the back, it says they became afraid because all they saw was the storm around them. And I don't know what kind of storm you may be facing today, but if you turn your heart and your life to Jesus, He can calm any storm that you're going through. I thank God for the wisdom that He imparts to us.